students from McDonough, Fauquier, and McLean meet today on It's Academic. I'm Hillary Howard. Welcome to It's Academic, the world's longest-running TV quiz show produced by Altman Productions in association with David M. Rubenstein Productions and WETA.
Support for It's Academic has been provided by the following: George Mason University. All together different.
Call us different.
Different in where we come from,
Where we're going.
and how we think.
But the same in our dreams for tomorrow.
Driven by the pull of possibility.
To inspire.
To think fearlessly. To protect and to heal the planet. We know the world will change.
Together.
We will be the ones to change it.
Call Mason different. All
together different.
We're so glad you're with us for this game of It's Academic today. We've got some good teams, and we're going to get this thing going with our fast start. You guys know how it works. We've got 10 points up or down in fast start. First team to buzz in gets to answer. Here we go. Four-letter animals. Many animals, birds, insects, and fish have four-letter names. See if you can identify some of them from the following clues. This insect causes dogs to itch. Yeah, McLean.
Flea.
Flea, yes. This large ursine animal symbolizes Russia. Yeah, McLean. Bear is right. This crustacean is represented in the zodiac by Cancer, McLean.
Crab.
Yeah. In the title of an Ibsen play, you'll find this wild... yes, McLean.
Duck.
Duck is right. In 1860, this express mail service carried letters to McLean. Yes, it is. This now extinct flightless bird is McDonough.
Dodo?
Yeah, that's it. Members of the Navy's elite special forces are named...
Seal.
Yep, McLean, it is seal. This bird is the national symbol of New Zealand. Yep, McLean.
Kiwi.
Kiwi is right. That's the very fast end to our fast start. Let's take a look at these scores. McDonough, 110, Fauquier, 100, and McLean, 170 points. I've got to say before we do anything else, you guys, you're so fast and fun, and you've got great hair. So every time it's like your hair. Okay. We are going to do the mix and match round, but first we're going to really get to know these teams. And we begin with McDonough High School, home of the Rams from Charles County. Hey, William, what's going on?
Hi, my name is William Benjamin. I am a 17-year-old junior from McDonough.
Good to have you, William. Hello, Julie.
Hi, I'm Julie Perello. I'm a 17-year-old senior from McDonough.
And finally, last but not least, hiya, Corey.
Hi, my name is Corey. I'm a 16-year-old junior at McDonough High School. I'm in the girls' soccer team, and I'm in chess club.
Chess club. How long have you been doing that?
Not for long. I would say like 2 years now.
Uh-huh. I love to ask chess people how many moves ahead they think. So how about you?
I'm pretty slow, so I'd say one.
One? Oh, you're on my speed. Sometimes I get two. All right, guys, here we go. Large Nevada city. Hidden in this phrase about Nevada is the name of what Swiss city linked to the conventions dictating the treatment of prisoners of war?
Geneva.
That's it. Superficial, illegal, thorough. If you made a cursory search through some files, the search could best be described as which of these?
Superficial.
Yes. Charlotte Webb's address. What one word should you get rid of to correct this E.B. White title?
Address.
Yes. To scatter carelessly, box used by cats. What same word fits both definitions?
Litter.
Yeah. Of these three figures, which one most nearly represents the speed of light?
A.
No, it's B. We have burned a saint. These were the words of a soldier witnessing the death of what 19-year-old French girl who'd led an army before being burned at the stake in 1431.
Joan of Arc.
Joan of Arc is right. Nicely done, McDonough. 210 points. By the way, I failed to mention questions are worth 20 points, nothing off for a wrong answer, so that's always good. Hello, Fauquier High School from Fauquier County. Jack, what's going on with you?
Hi, my name is Jack Duick. I'm a senior at Fauquier High School. In addition to the academic team, I also like to run. I was on the cross-country team over the fall, so that's nice. I'm very glad to be here.
And how does that enhance your life and well-being?
Well, I mean, first of all, I just sort of like feel better when I run. It's a good way to get exercise. It's a good way to work with a team because even though it's not really thought of as a team sport, it actually helps you to sort of work with other people, but also compete with them at the same time and sort of like, lift other people up with you in a way.
Yeah, that's great. Good to have you. And hello, Amy.
Hello, my name is Amy Infante. I'm a 17-year-old senior at Fauquier High School, and I'm one of the captains of the academic team at our school, and I also really like animals. I'm interested in pursuing veterinary medicine.
Lovely. For people who don't have pets or don't have that relationship with animals, can you explain what it is that you derive from it?
I think that it's just like the pureness and innocence of animals. Like they'll just be your best friend, and it's just a great experience to have a bond with an animal.
Yeah, dogs, they'll always love you. They have no idea what you've done that day, but they'll always love you. Hi, Yarua.
Hi, my name is Zura Ibrahim. I'm the other captain at Fauquier High School. I'd first like to thank my family, my dad and my mom for always supporting me, and our coaches, Mr. and Mrs. Evans. Aside from keeping busy at school with my AP classes, I work part-time as a pharmacy tech.
Fabulous. Is that something you want to do?
I did it originally because I was thinking about going to pharmacy school, but I'm more leaning towards medical school now.
Oh, well, what have you learned from being a tech at the pharmacy?
I learned how drugs really impact the human brain, and yeah.
All right. Well, guys, here are your questions. Yerba ham as dessert. Study this phrase and see if you can find hidden in it the name of what chain of islands where Nassau is the capital.
Bahamas?
Bahamas is right, and you don't even have to buzz. Oh. Meningitis, laryngitis, gastritis. Which of these medical terms could be commonly referred to as a stomach ache?
Gastritis.
That's it. The Da Vinci source code. No, I don't think so. Please eliminate one word to make the Dan Brown title correct.
Source.
Yes. A chirping insect, a British sport. What same word fits both these definitions?
Cricket.
Yeah. Dextrose, fructose, lactose. Of these three basic sugars, which one is found in milk?
Lactose.
Lactose it is. A golden thread that stretches through human history. This phrase was used to refer to what crop? Also known as maize.
Corn.
Nicely done. Fauquier, home of the Falcons, 220 points. Last but not least, Team 3, the McLean Highlanders. Edward, hi.
Hi, I'm Edward. I'm a 16-year-old junior at McLean High School.
Because we do the show, we love to hear what you get out of something like this.
I think it's a very good fulfillment of studying and using that knowledge to actually compete in a sort of format with other people who have also, studied and learned about these things.
Yeah, well, it's good to have you. And hello, Ryan.
Hi.
Tell us about yourself.
I'm Ryan. I'm a 17-year-old senior from McLean High School, and apart from doing this, I enjoy playing violin in the orchestra and baking in my free time.
Baking, what do you like to bake?
I like bread, but mostly anything that sounds fun.
Is there any particular specialty bread you make?
I've made focaccia a couple times, and that turned out quite well.
I bet the house smells really good. It
does.
And your family loves you for it.
Hope so.
Tell us about your Highland cow.
This is our Highland cow, only recently named Scotty, which was very kindly provided for us by our alternate Angelica.
Can I tell you, at risk of offending other schools, that is the cutest darn mascot I have ever seen. Finally, Sam, tell us about yourself.
Hi, I'm Samuel A. Cohen, but you can call me Sam. I'm a junior at McLean High School, and I like Quiz Bowl and science fiction.
Science fiction, who are you reading?
Right now I'm watching Doctor Who, but I recently finished The Gods Themselves by Isaac Asimov.
Oh, very nice. Who's your favorite doctor?
Oh, 10th for sure.
Tenet?
Yes.
Yeah,
David
Tenet was good. Although, I liked Matt Smith too.
I just started that, so.
Oh, okay. Well, you'll see. You'll see. Here are your questions. Afghan oil well. Instead of Afghan oil well, see if you can find hidden in this phrase the capital of Vietnam.
Oh, yeah, Hanoi.
Hanoi.
That's it. Blackmail, honor, legal fees. If you were paying someone homage, you'd be giving him or her which of these?
Honor.
Yeah. The Pit Bull and the Pendulum. What one word should you eliminate to correct the Edgar Allan Poe title?
Oh, yeah.
Bull.
Bull it is.
Very good.
A caveman's weapon, a social organization. What same word fits both these definitions?
Club.
That's right. Grasshopper, fruit fly, ladybug. A molecule that scientists appropriately call sandman is critical to sleep in. Which of these insects often used in genetic research?
Fruit fly.
Fruit fly.
Yes. Any excuse will serve a tyrant. Here you have one of many quotes associated with what ancient Greek slave, noted for such fables as the fox and the grapes.
Aesop.
That is right. Nice, McLean. Home of the Highlanders, 290 points. That does it for Mix and Match. Picture Perfect is next.
I'm David Rubenstein. From the Kennedy Center and the National Archives to the Lincoln Memorial and the Washington Monument, I've been pleased to support many important organizations and historic sites linked to American history, art, culture, education, and more. I believe giving back to our country isn't just an idea, it's an action, a patriotic action that involves all of us. And it begins with education and learning about our nation's past so that we, the people, can make a more perfect union for the future. We can do it together. Please read, learn, get involved, and make a difference.
Time for an audience question. How is the sex of a baby alligator determined? Well, believe it or not, it's by nest temperature. At 34 degrees Celsius, it's a boy. At 30 degrees and below, it's a girl. Back to the teams. Hello again. It's time for the Picture Perfect round. In this round, you guys know questions are worth 20 points up or down. Once again, the first team to buzz in gets to answer. Here we go. This zigzag road is strictly for tourists, but the old Inca trail to Machu Picchu is McLean. Answer?
Peru.
No, Andes is what we were going for. When he stood to speak, stars and stripes came out of the sky. This was one description of what 19th century Massachusetts senator who spoke in favor of the Compromise of 1850.
Webster.
McLean.
Webster.
Webster's right. This is the handwriting of what Polish-French woman who worked with her husband, McDonough?
Marie Curie.
You've got it. Nice jump. Evaluate this expression, giving your answer as McLean.
Four.
Four is right. This is Anitra's Dance from the Peer Gynt Suite by what Norwegian?
Grieg.
McLean. Yep, it's Grieg. This elaborate Renaissance clock has the goddess Diana riding what mythical creature? Half man, McLean?
Centaur.
Centaur is right. Joseph Priestley, Luigi Galvani, J. Robert Oppenheimer. The effect of electricity on muscles was, yes, McLean.
Galvani.
Galvani is right. The American Crops series of postage stamps includes peppers, a plant high in what vitamin? McLean? Answer.
C.
Yeah, vitamin C. That was nice. Well done. And that does it for our Picture Perfect round. Let's look at the scores. McDonough Rams, 230 points. The Fauquier Falcons, 220 points. McLean Highlanders, 390 points. We're about to embark on the packet round, but first we get to meet all of the folks that help prepare these students for competition on It's Academic, and we begin with McDonough. Julie, tell us who's with you today.
We have here with us our Framtastic coach, Dr. Hobbs, and we also have with us our alternate, Sinclair.
Really nice to have you guys. Over to Fauquier High School. Amy, who's with you?
We have our coach, Miss Evans, along with Mr. Evans, who's been a huge help to our team. They're both very wonderful. And then we have our alternate, Alejandra, and our assistant activities director, Miss Anderson.
Awesome. I like that you said wonderful. That's good. Over to McLean. Tell us, Ryan, who's with you?
We have our two wonderful coaches, Mr. Bracchetti and Miss Benedict, our principal, Dr. Riley, who's been very supportive of our efforts, and our lovely alternate, Angelica, as well as the rest of our team who could not make it here today.
Really good to have all of you guys. Thank you so much for coming and backing the students up. And now we'll begin that packet round. You know how it works. We have these 3 packets. McDonough answers questions first. Fakir, you get to choose which packet they answer questions from.
Packet 2.
Packet 2. Questions are worth 20 points. Nothing off for a wrong answer. And a 25-point bonus, really important thing. Get them all right, 25-point bonus. There's an anchor on the flag of what New England state where legislative ideas are floated in the capital of Providence?
Rhode Island?
Yeah. Dogs are now being used to detect problems in people with what metabolic disease usually treated with insulin?
Diabetes?
That's it. The Earth's magnetic pole, as opposed to its geographic pole, is moving toward Russia because of churning in the Earth's molten core of what metal whose symbol is Fe?
Iron.
Iron's right. Here's your science question. Heavy water, baking soda, laughing gas. Which of these is the common term for deuterium oxide? Answer?
Heavy water?
That's it. The 12-year-long pig war started in 1859 when a U.S. farmer shot a Canadian farmer's pig near what Canadian province where Vancouver is located?
British Columbia?
That is right. An essay titled Shakespeare and Religion was the last work completed by what English writer whose novels include Brave New World?
Huxley?
Huxley, it is. Here's your math question. Simplify completely this expression.
10a squared b?
Yeah. Americans would be delighted if today's federal debt were as low as the $100 million that the U.S. owed during the administration of what 4th president?
James Madison?
James Madison. Woo! You've got a 25-point bonus. Way to go, McDonough. Love when that happens. Over to Fakir, who gets to play. McLean, will they answer questions from packet 1 or 3?
One.
One, okay. You are bound to slip up if you illegally import bananas into what country? The smallest continent?
Australia.
Yes, it is. Edwin Booth saved a young man from accidentally being pushed under a train shortly before his brother, John Wilkes Booth, assassinated what president? Who was the young man's father?
Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, what a story, huh? The woodsman in The Wizard of Oz was not made of wood, but of what metal whose chemical symbol is SN?
Tin.
Yep, the Tin Man. Here's your science question. Nitrogen, hydrogen, oxygen. Which of these gases is given off when an acid reacts with most active metals?
Oxygen.
No, it's hydrogen. When James I threatened to move Parliament out of London, the Lord Mayor replied that at least the king couldn't remove what river that runs through London?
The Thames.
The Thames is right. Each year, many families bring their children to visit the birthplace of what Danish author who wrote such children's stories as The Ugly Duckling?
Hans Christian Andersen.
Yeah, here's your math question. Evaluate this expression, giving your answer as a positive integer.
45.
Yeah, nice job. The transatlantic cable officially opened in 1858 with a message sent by Queen Victoria to what 15th American president?
Buchanan.
Yeah, nice. Fakir, 360 points. And that leaves packet number 3 for McLean. Because crocus flowers bloom early in the spring, the crocus was an emblem of what saint associated with February 14th?
Oh, Valentine.
Valentine?
That's it. Some NASA scientists actually wiped away tears in 2017 when the Cassini spacecraft ended its 20-year mission by crashing into what second largest planet?
Saturn. Yeah.
Saturn?
Yes, it is. Since they were short on field artillery in 1861, Confederate forces painted logs to look like cannon at what first major land battle of the Civil War?
Bull Run?
That's it. Here's your science question. Electrons, neutrons, protons. Uranium-235 and uranium-238 are different in structure by the number of which of these?
Neutron?
You've got it right. Instead of consulting MapQuest, Odysseus received directions to the underworld from what sorceress who had turned his men to swine?
Circe?
That's it. Though he apparently did not acquire superpowers, what English author of The Hobbit was bitten by a large spider as a kid?
Tolkien?
That's it. Here's your math question. Evaluate this expression, giving your answer as a positive integer.
106, 106, 106.
106 it is. The private papers of Daniel Webster included letters sent to him by a dozen presidents from John Adams to what 13th chief executive?
13th.
Before Buchanan.
Fillmore?
Oh, nice. We have another 25-point bonus, this time for McLean. That does it for the packet round. Next, anything can happen. It's the grab bag, so stay where you are.
Hello, I'm David Rubenstein. Did you know that most spiders are nearsighted, even though they may have 8 eyes? Some of the eyes can see ultraviolet light as well as colors. I'm David Rubenstein, reminding you to read, learn, get involved, and make a difference.
It is time for the grab bag round that will move pretty quickly. Questions in this round are worth 20 points up or down, guys. Once again, the first team to buzz in gets to answer. Here we go. Because it has a cosmic tail 280,000 light years long, a huge galaxy was given what name, referring to the infant stage of a frog? Yep, McLean.
Tadpole?
Yes. Irish music lovers owe a debt to Samuel Lover, who wrote a song about what S-initialed green clover. That's an Irish. Yes, McDonough.
Shamrock.
Shamrock it is. Because he gave away all his money to poor subjects. What great Muslim ruler left no money to pay for his funeral when he died? Fakir.
Mansa Musa?
No, Saladin. On your screens. This self-portrait of Chaim Soutine, a Russian-born painter who received his early training in what Lithuanian capital city? Yep, McLean.
Vilnius?
That's it. Among the major roads leading to Las Vegas is a boulevard named for what nearby lake formed by Hoover Dam? Yep, McDonough.
Tahoe?
No, Lake Mead. The cosine of what acute angle in degrees is equal to the sine of 65 degrees? Yep, McLean.
25. 25?
That's it. Shakespeare excelled in writing both tragedies and comedies, as well as what third type of plays sacred to the muse? McDonough.
Drama?
Histories is what we were looking for. Cleo. On your screens. It's all very well to be able to write books, but can you waggle your ears? This question was asked of H.G. Wells by what other author who wrote Peter Pan? Yep, McLean.
Okay.
That's it. Julius Caesar began his commentaries with a reference to the tripartite division of what ancient region identified with modern, McLean?
Gaul.
Gaul it is, modern France. Prior to World War II, the Mannerheim Line was a defense system built by what? Yep, McLean?
Finland?
Finland is. Upton Sinclair had a bone to pick with Chicago's meatpacking industry when he, McDonough.
The Jungle?
The Jungle is right, nice. And that does it, that's the end of the competition. Stay with us because we will have the scores coming up next.
I'm David Rubenstein, and I believe giving back is something we all can do. Many students are getting involved in their communities in important ways. I've asked them to share with us how they're making a difference.
Hi, I'm Elliot Lee. I'm from Westfield High School, and I'm the founder of a nonprofit organization that gives hot meals to unhoused people in DC. We've done projects in Jefferson Square, McPherson Square, and other places around DC. And we think acts of kindness are important to foster a sense of community and help unhoused people get back up on their feet.
Like these students, you too can help improve the lives of so many people by volunteering in your town and community. Please read, learn, get involved, and make a difference.
Now for an audience question. How big is the average raindrop? The answer, about 1/12 an inch in diameter. Although it probably feels like a whole lot more if you are caught in the rain without an umbrella. Back to the game. The scores are now official. We begin with Fauquier High School, home of the Falcons. Jack Amy Rua, 340 points. From Charles County's McDonough High School, home of the Rams, William Julie Corey, 415 points. And coming back for the playoffs, you guys were so fast. The McLean Highlanders from Fairfax County, Edward, Ryan, Sam, and the adorable little mascot, 695 points. Amazing. We are so happy that all of you were with us today. Can't wait to see you next time. I'm Hillary Howard. And remember, everybody, it's academic. Bye.
Support for It's Academic has been provided by the following: George Mason University, all together different.
Call us different.
Different in where we come from,
Where we're going,
and how we think.
but the same in our dreams for tomorrow.
Driven by the pull of possibility.
To inspire,
To think fearlessly. To protect and to heal the planet. We know the world will change.
together.
We will be the ones to change it.
Call Mason different. All
Together different.